Hello and welcome to my channel, Making Crafts. Today I am finishing up my winter theme journal, and this is just a small journal that I'm making for myself to use kind of as a planner in January and February. In the previous video, I created the cover using old jeans that I was going to throw out, added some texture paste in this cluster at the front, and you can see that video. I'll link it in the upper right hand corner as well as in the description. And since then, I have added this card from the Janie B Journals kit. I just added one on the front and on the back. This one's of a bird and this one's of a rabbit. And so in the other video, I added the lace in the pocket, so you can check that out. And so for the journal, I'm going to show you, because in the video before the cover making, I show you how I made the journal, and I was putting it together, and I have taken a few things out. So I went ahead and took out the calendar for December. Since it was so late, I'm making this now after Christmas. So I have the calendar, and then I took out the brown envelope, and instead I'm using the envelope from the kit. And you know, I forgot to clip this before I sewed it in. So what I may do, instead of clipping it, I may just reach in here, glue this shut, and then just have a pocket here. And so then this was a envelope that I altered in the other video, and it has a little card in it. And then here is the envelope that I altered in the other video as well, and I've made a little tuck spot there. And so I still need to figure out if I'm going to use this as I think I'll use this as a pocket, so I'll probably just stamp on this or something, or stencil it. I haven't decided yet. I may even collage on it. We'll see in just a few minutes what we decide to do. And I think that's all that I have changed. I'm trying to look. I did go ahead, and I've got this laid in here, so I need to add the bird page. Don't think I've changed anything else. Oh, and I did take out the tissue paper page. I don't know where that's at. I took that out. I decided I didn't want to use that. Let me see if I can. So I may use it somewhere else in the book. I may tear it up in a collage or whatever if I can find it. But I took that out as well because I decided I didn't want to use it. So I did make a few changes. So let's go ahead and start adding the pockets and different things to the kit, to the journal, I mean. So I have this book page that I want to add in. And I've been trying to decide if I want to attach it this way or if I should flip this over and attach it. I think I want to attach it this way. So I'm going to attach it right here onto this envelope. This is just the top of an envelope sticking through, and the envelope's on the other side of the book. So I'm going to cover that in glue, and then I'm just going to stick that on there. Just trying to see here. Get it lined straight up and down. Okay, so I think that looks good. I think that blue goes good with the pages. Okay, and let's see, what else did I... So I need to fix this envelope here. So since I forgot to clip it, I'm just going to go in and glue it shut. And then I'll just take my scissors and cut off the edge here. And there we'll have another pocket. And then on the other side, where is it at? Let's see. It's with that deer, so trying to find the other side of it. Right here. That's going to be, I'm going to see if I can clip it open. I know what I'll do. I'm going to use my X-Acto knife, and I'm just going to trim gently down through there. There we go. Try not to cut into the actual envelope. So that'll work out good. See if I can trim this off now. I think what I'll do is that little flap that's left, I'm just going to add a little glue there and glue it down. I shouldn't have forgot to do that, but I was so focused on making the cover that I totally forgot to fix the envelope. So that's okay though. So there we have that. And let's see if I can go in right here and trim this off. I just don't like the looks of that there. We can alter it. Okay, there we go. So now that will just be over there. I like that. And I think I'll round the edges on it. If I can get in there and do that. Let's see if there's a way to fit it in here. I may just have to cut them myself. I can get it down in here. Yep, so I'll just have to trim them. I'll just cut the corners off like that. My hands are shaking. I can't get a hold of it. I'm not sure why. Okay. I want to straighten that up just a little now that I got it trimmed. There we go. That's good. So now what I think I will do is, let me look here. I do have some strips in here left over, and I think that I will take one of them and use them on here just to cover up where I had to take and glue that. So let's just see which strip would look good. Kind of use it like washi tape. Or I have another idea. I have this little fox here. I could trim him down to fit it. That's what I'm going to do, because I really do like this little fox. And so he'll add a little something to that envelope. And let's see, should we ink it? Yes. Let's ink the little fox here. And do I want to add a little book page, or do I want to just leave that like that? Let me see if I can find a bit of book page here. I had some left from making the cover. Let's see, what if we add a little book page there, like that, and then we add our little fox over it. I like that. So let's just ink it, trying to get it. And I'm inking over onto the page, as you can see, because I'm trying to get it kind of like a stained look to it. So now I'm just going to add it. I am looking so forward to using this journal. I'm going to use it like a planner for my crafts and for my YouTube channel. I have another planner for my kids' schoolwork that I use, but so I'm going to use this one though. I felt like when I was trying to do my YouTube and their schoolwork in the same one, I was having a hard time keeping up with it. So I am going to try this and use this journal as a planner. I'm going to make myself several journals this year, I think, that I can use on a weekly basis for different things. So we got that. I'm still not happy with this flap here. There we go. And maybe I'll ink it as well. Yeah, that looks better. Okay. There we go. Oh, I love on the other side that it's got that stamp on there. I'm not going to decorate the other side because I like that. Okay, so let's just start at the beginning and see what we need to work on. I got a little distracted there. That I'm not going to add anything to. I think I'm just going to put notes on that for the month. And then this I want to ink around as well. Probably would have been easier to do all this before I put it in the book, but that's okay. That is all right. There we go. So we should put something here where we have this glued shut. Maybe we should put something over top of that. So let's just look. There's all kinds of little cards and things. So I'm thinking maybe one of these. I'm looking for my tearing ruler. So maybe I will use the owl. Okay. Kind of getting the torn look here, so I could put that there to decorate, and then I think I'll put a little bit of book page behind it as well if I can find some here. I may have to get up and get some. Let's see. That might look okay like that. Okay, so I like that. So let's just ink this up to kind of look old and stained. And then we'll take and add it. So we're close to finishing this journal. Just adding a few bits and pieces, and then it will be totally done. Oops. That just got sewed in one spot. I'm having a little trouble with it moving. I'm going to have to be really careful with that. So I'm curious, are you working on a winter journal? Or have you moved from Christmas to now just flowers and different things like that? I'm ready to go back to flowers. I'm kind of, I love working with floral journals and stuff. Okay, so we have this envelope, and so the back side of it I have stenciled, but I don't have other things on it. So let me see what, I don't know if I just wanted to leave it for journaling or if I want to add something else. I feel like I want to cover this up, but I'm not sure. I also have some of these things that I've made. This was a one of the Christmas challenges. I made this in plans of making this journal, and I think I had planned on putting it somewhere. Just have to look and see where I had planned to put it. Oh, right here, maybe. No, that's not it. Maybe it's going here. That might be pretty on that. That would be pretty. And then I can leave it, like just glue two sides, and it'll be a tuck spot as well. So that's what I'm going to do with it. And I'm wondering if I should use some, well, I think this glue should do fine on it. So I'm just going to glue down the one side here, and then across the bottom. That way it can be a tuck spot. And so it's just going to go right here. So hold that down for just a moment, and I really love this. This is an altered playing card. I think it was the Defemorember video, and it might have been video number 1. I can't remember. But you can see in my thumbnails if you look for that. If you search the Defemorember, you can find the video where I made this. And so there it'll be a little tuck spot. Then I also made these on another day in the Defemorember videos, and I was thinking, let me see if I can find it. There was these notes, and so here, oops, I got a sticker in there. So you can see here where it says notes on two sides, and I kind of didn't like that. For some reason it's bothering me. So I'm going to stick this envelope here, and then I'm also going to make it a tuck spot. So I'm just going to glue across the top and the side there. And that will be another little tuck spot and cover up the word notes. I could just cover it up with a piece of washi, but I thought this would be neat to add there. And I like the little rabbit looking down at the little bird. Make sure that notes gets covered. And the bird's looking up at the little rabbit, so I like that. So I'm just going to add that here. Okay, so I have this other pocket here, and I'm thinking of adding it. I'm trying to see here where I want. Oh, I want to put it. I think I need something on the back side of this, so I'm thinking of putting it here. But I need to put something behind it, and I have this page I was going to use in the book, but then it was too fragile. That was made for me from a friend. She sent this to me, and she had dyed this paper, and I really wanted to use it in this journal because see, it's got like the snow on it and the blue. So I'm thinking of putting it there and then letting it frame out this somehow, but I don't know yet. think I'll take and tear it going up the corner there. Let's see. And then just adding this. Or do I want it more like this? I'm thinking more like that. So I'll just put it here and then add this. I like that. I think that's pretty. Where is my sponge? I just want to ink the edges real quick. So let's see. I think I'm going to add just a little bit more snow to this. I've got a paint pen here. I'm going to see if I can get it to. I'm going to try doing it like this, and if it doesn't work, then I've got to get a bunch running out. And if it doesn't work, then I'll just dab it on there. Okay. Sometimes this works, sometimes it doesn't. Yeah, it's doing a little bit. So I'm going to just dot down. Maybe that's too much. Just barely want to touch it. Okay, that's good. I like that. Let me take this back. While that is drying, we'll come back to this page. Let's go to the other side of the envelope and let's collage this. So I saved a bunch of strips out where I tore down the pages. So here is all the strips from where I cut down the pages. And so what I was thinking was just taking and collaging with these strips. So I'm not exactly sure what I want to do because, as you can see, I've got the white edge still on there. So what I think I may do, I'm going to try something here. Let me see, I may do a straight edge collage here where I don't tear my papers. I'm not sure. That's going to be strange for me because I don't normally do that. So I'm going to add a little glue. And it is double-sided, so I could use either side, but I'm going to use the lighter side on this piece. So what I'm going to do is have the white going towards the center because that way I can just cover it up with more paper. So I'm just going to press that down. And then I have a darker strip here. So I am going to have to cut some of the white edges off. There's no way around it. That's okay, we just cut them. And let's just see here. Let's see if that'll fit in there like that. No. So let's just cut it down to smaller pieces. And maybe just put it there. I think I'm going to tear edges. I just can't stand not tearing the edges. So let me just do that. I like torn edges. And it's bothering me not to tear them. So I'm just going to tear them. And just add them different places. I'll add that one there. That's what I love about collage. There's really no plan. You just do it. Just do whatever you like with it. So now, some of these are going to be alike, so we're going to have to make sure we mix it up a bit. And I have a bit more of this paper here, so I'm going to include it in my collage. thinking I'll add a bit right here of it. And then I want to tear down and add a bit of it, maybe right in there. Or maybe like this. There we go. Maybe like that. So I'm going to add this piece, but then I'm just going to fold it over into the inside, like that. Just following the edge there. And that will strengthen the edge some too by doing that. Maybe I'll do the same thing there, or maybe I'll add it here. That's what I'll do. And then I'll do the same thing. I'll just fold it over. So I do have a bunny I think I want to add to this page. So I'm just trying to decide where I'm going to put him. And I have a little fox here that I could add if I wanted to. This is a very different sort of collage for me. Normally I'm a little bit more straighter lines with my collages, but today I'm going a little bit more wonky with it. I'm trying to decide which ones to go next though. Since I'm doing all blues, it's kind of hard because you've got to put beside each other colors that don't totally look like the same thing. So I think that'll be good there. So let me just add some glue to it. And just stick that there. And I'll just trim that off once we get to the, let it dry and then trim it off. Just going to add that there. Maybe more like this. See, do you fit there? No. How about you? I'm not sure which one I want on here now. Or do I want either one of those? There is other animals in the kit. This one's a cute one. Let's just see what he looks like on the page. him right in there. I think he'd be cute right in there. I'm thinking that part up there. Let's ink him up. Just add him kind of in the center there, maybe like that. Yep. And I think to tie it all together, I'm going to bring out my texture paste again because I'm having too much fun with that. And I'm just going to add a few snowflakes to this page. Then we'll have to let it dry, but maybe our other piece will be dry while we work on it. So I got to look under here and see what I have here. I think I want just a little bit here, and then a little up here. Okay, I like that. And then maybe we add, trying to figure out what else I want. I want to add some down here so we can blend it all together, so it all kind of goes together. Maybe right in here's one. Let's see what that looks like. Okay, that's perfect, except I got onto the other page, so I'm just gonna scrape that off real quick. And I got a little bit in here, so I'm just gonna rub that off right there. Okay, I really like that. I think that that makes it all go together. So while that's drying, I'm going to go wash my stencil, and then this will be dry, and then this little piece will be dry, and we'll come back and finish decorating. So this is pretty much dry, and so this one is, yes, it's pretty much dry as well. So let's go back to finishing up. Where will we be putting that? I don't even remember now. Oh, we'll figure it out though. Okay. Nope, we were not putting it there. Put it on the back side of this one, that's right. So it's going, well, when I find it, on the back of the birds, that's right. So we're going to put this here, and then I was going to add this little pocket there. Do I need to add anything else? I'm wondering. So I've pulled out some die cuts that I have left over from the holidays, and I'm wondering though, since they're white, if that would look good on this page. That up there is bothering me, so I'm going to have to cover that bird with something. Maybe just another piece of this. I don't really know. Maybe if I did it like that. No. What if I take a piece, I've got a little piece of lace here. Maybe put that up there. And then we got this here. And then kind of want this to be underneath the pocket. And the snowflake underneath it as well. How would that look? So I'm just going to glue it all down, and since I don't want the position to change, I think I'm going to, I know this one goes on top, so I can just slowly glue each piece down. These little die cuts here are hard to glue down. So I'm just going to take hold that there, and I think it's going to hang over some. And then this piece of lace is going up here. Just lay it up there. Kind of camouflages that bird a little. Okay, so just need to glue the rest of this down. And I'm just going to glue this whole pocket down. I'm not going to make it a tuck spot because I don't really need a lot of pockets in this journal anyway. So, so now I just need to grab this up. Oops. This was supposed to be stuck down. And then we'll glue this down. I maybe I should have glued it down first. That's okay. I'm just going to glue it all here. I have to hold that down there. And then I'm going to add some glue into my snowflake here. Just a little bit of dots so I can press it down. Okay, so there we have our little pocket, and then I'll have to put a little tag or something in there. I'll probably just find one that's in the kit. I don't know if I'll be making any. And it just goes back, tucked back in underneath that label. So I like that. I like how that turned out, and that covers up the back of that page. For some reason this is curling up and does not want to stay on. Could be where it's so thick. So and it's made out of a book page, so that may be what's causing it to curl. So we just hold it there for a second. So that's about everything. I'm trying to look around and see what else I wanted to add. So I think we're pretty much done with this journal. And I love how the cover turned out. And I love the jean material, and that was something I could reuse. And then the inside I really like. It's very plain, but that's exactly what I needed for a planner. And so what I will do on these pages, I'll put like Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. And I'll just write those in on the pages. And so I like all the little projects that I've put in it. Even though it's simple and not a lot of projects in it, I still like the small little projects that we did. So this has been a lot of fun, and I think I'm going to have a lot of fun using it in January and February. So I hope that you have enjoyed seeing the little projects that I've made putting this journal together. And let me know below if you are going to be making a winter journal, or what kind of projects are you working on now. And thank you so much for following along as I created this journal. And if you've missed any of the videos, there will be a playlist labeled Winter Theme Journal. And you can see that as well. It may say Winter Theme Planner or Winter Theme Journal. I'm not sure which way I'll label. I haven't labeled it yet. But there will be a playlist so that you can see how I made the cover, how I put certain things together, and on the first day how I made some of the envelopes. Well, thank you so much for watching, and I hope you have a great day. Bye.